DRC, a journey through history takes you into the soul of a nation, a land blessed with vast riches, tested by trials, yet always rising with hope. Here we discover the leaders, the voices, and the people who carried the dream of freedom forward. This is our story, our journey, and our future.
Independence, cha-cha, tozumiye. Oki kwanza, cha-cha, tubakidi. Au table ronde, cha-cha, baganye o. Onipanda, cha-cha, tozumiye. Independence.
On June 30th, 1960, the heart of Africa beat with joy. Congo was free at last. The streets of Leopoldville overflowed with hope, music, and pride, but behind the smiles was a question. Would freedom last? Belgium's King Baudouin stood tall in his white uniform. He praised Belgium's civilizing mission, as if freedom was a gift. The Congolese listened in silence, their faces tense. President Joseph Kasavubu, cautious and calm, spoke next. His words were polite, thanking Belgium while carefully mentioning Congo's future. The people waited for more.
We are free because our people fought, suffered, and died. We will not forget the pain of chains and whips. Today, Congo stands proud and free.
But in the shadows stood a young officer, Joseph Désiré Mobutu, silent now, but watching closely. His time was yet to come. That night, the people of Congo sang with pride. But true freedom is fragile. It is not given. It is fought for. And once won, it must be protected with unity, courage, and wisdom. Independence brought joy, but soon came chaos. Congo, only months free, was already shaking with conflict. Soldiers mutinied, provinces tried to break away, and the streets filled with fear. Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba, the fiery voice of independence, found himself surrounded by enemies, Belgium, secessionists, and even rivals at home. His passion now brought danger. President Joseph Kasavubu, once Lumumba's ally, turned against him. With a quiet but sharp voice, he dismissed Lumumba from power. Lumumba was arrested. His enemies feared his voice more than his army. In January 1961, his life was cut short, and Congo's brightest hope was silenced. In the shadows of Lumumba's fall, a young officer rose. Joseph Désiré Mobutu, once silent, now bold. With the army at his back, he seized power. In just 1 year, Congo's dream had turned to blood and betrayal. Lumumba was gone, and Mobutu's shadow grew taller. A new chapter of power and danger had begun. In 1965, Joseph Désiré Mobutu seized full control of Congo. With the army behind him, he promised unity, stability, and strength. Mobutu became more than a leader. His face filled posters, his name filled songs. He was called the Leopard of Congo. Mobutu renamed the nation Zaire and demanded authenticity. Western suits disappeared, replaced by the abacost. Even the river changed its name. But under the leopard hat was corruption. Billions stolen, people left poor, and the once proud nation began to crumble. By the 1990s, rebellion spread. Mobutu, once untouchable, was forced to flee. The leopard's roar had grown silent. Out of the jungle came a rebel leader, Laurent Désiré Kabila. Backed by foreign allies, he marched on Kinshasa, ending Mobutu's rule. But peace did not come. Soon, the Congo became the battlefield of Africa. 9 nations fought on its soil. Millions suffered. In 2001, President Laurent Kabila was shot by his own bodyguard. The nation was once again thrown into shock. Joseph Kabila, only 29, stepped into his father's shoes. Quiet, reserved, and serious, he became the youngest head of state in the world. He signed peace deals, ending the wars on paper. But armed groups still ruled the East, and the people waited for true peace. For 18 years, Joseph Kabila stayed in power. Some saw stability, others saw silence and fear. Before he was president, Félix Tshisekedi was a young man in the opposition, following in his father's footsteps. He faced arrests, threats, and intimidation, but he refused to be silent. In 2002, Tshisekedi joined his father and other opposition leaders at the Sun City peace talks in South Africa. Congo was at war, and they demanded a new path: democracy, peace, and power sharing. The Sun City deal promised peace, but the struggle was not over. For Félix Tshisekedi, the burden of his father's legacy grew heavier. Could he one day lead Congo to the dream they both carried? In 2019, Congo welcomed a new president, Félix Tshisekedi. For the first time, Congo saw a peaceful handover of power. Félix Tshisekedi, son of opposition leader Etienne Tshisekedi, became president. But behind the cheers, Joseph Kabila's people still controlled parliament, the army, and the money. Tshisekedi was president, but the old system held the keys. Each time Tshisekedi tried to bring change, the old guard pushed back. The people grew impatient. Could he really lead while Kabila's shadow still ruled? Then, in 2020, Tshisekedi made a bold move. He broke with Kabila's FCC and built a new family, the Sacred Union. It was time to unbolt the chains of the old system. One by one, the old leaders were removed. A new Prime Minister, Samalu Konde, came in. The courts and the army began to change hands. The Kabila fortress started to fall. With new allies at home and support abroad, Tshisekedi grew stronger. In 2023, he reformed the Electoral Commission. In 2024, he was re-elected, this time standing on his own, not in Kabila's shadow. Today, Tshisekedi holds the presidency, parliament, and the courts. The Kabila system has lost its grip. But the real question remains, will this new Congo be built for the people, or just another reshuffle of power? But his path is not easy. Armed groups remain, poverty is deep, and corruption is still strong. The people ask, can he bring true change? Yet Congo still dreams. Its rivers roar, its forests breathe, and its people believe that one day, the promise of independence will truly be fulfilled.